I was sitting on a tatami mat inside a small Buddhist temple in Japan. Outside it was raining, heavy rain, soaked into the stone paths, darkened the moss, and filled the air with a clean, earthy smell. The smell of incense lingered inside the room, warm, faint, steady. And through the open doors, the scent of wet wood and rain drifted in. I had come here to meditate, to calm my mind, to feel peaceful. But instead, I felt uncomfortable. My legs were stiff, my back kept adjusting, my thoughts wouldn't settle, and the question kept returning, am I doing this right? I was trying to relax and feeling at it. Welcome to Work, Life and Zen. I am Kanika. I am an engineering manager by profession, but like many of us, I am also just a person trying to understand how to live well. And recently, I've also been traveling alone, something I hadn't done in a long time. This episode comes from that place of quiet learning, discomfort, and reflection. Today's theme is simple, but not easy. Learning to sit with what is. There was a monk already seated in the room, still, grounded, as if the rain and the silence were part of him. I kept shifting, adjusting, trying to make the discomfort go away. Eventually, I turned to him and asked, how do I know if I'm doing this right? He looked at me gently and said just 2 words. Be humble, be curious. He repeated it. Be humble, be curious. And then he explained. Be humble about the knowledge you think you have, and be curious about the discomfort you feel. He wasn't saying I was doing it wrong. He wasn't correcting my posture or technique. He was pointing at something deeper. That the moment I tried to get something from meditation, peace, calm, clarity, I had already stepped away from it. That the discomfort wasn't a mistake, it was the practice. Sitting there, I realized something else. Part of the discomfort wasn't physical, it was emotional. I was traveling alone after a long time, with more space than usual, more silence. And silence has a way of bringing things back to the surface. Loneliness, uncertainty, questions you don't usually sit with. And my instinct, like always, was to fix it, to control it, to make it easier, to keep myself busy. But that's when the monk's word landed differently. Be humble. Maybe I don't need to understand everything right now. Be curious. Maybe the discomfort has something to show me. This doesn't just apply to meditation. We do the same things in life and at work. We often believe happiness works like a checklist. If the conditions are right, the role, the relationship, the routine, then we will feel fulfilled. But that's not how life works. You don't become happy just because things look right on the surface. You don't become fulfilled just because you're productive. Just like meditation, you don't become calm simply because you sit still. Calm depends on many conditions. So does satisfaction. So does peace. And some of those conditions are outside our control. And that doesn't mean something is wrong. It means we are human. The first practice the monk taught me without calling it a practice was humility. Not humility as self-doubt, but humility about knowledge. The idea that knowing about something is not the same as living it. You don't become calmer because someone explains meditation. You don't become wiser because you have read the right book. Wisdom only comes through experience, often uncomfortable experience. The second practice was curiosity. When discomfort shows up, instead of asking how to make it disappear, ask what it is pointing to. What's tired? What's lonely? What needs care? At work, this might mean curious about frustration instead of suppressing it. In life, it might mean sitting with sadness instead of rushing to distract yourself. Curiosity creates space, and space is often where clarity appears. The third practice is acceptance, but not giving up. Acceptance doesn't mean you stop caring, it means you stop fighting reality. You can accept that a phase is hard and still move forward. You can accept discomfort without letting it define you. That day in the temple, nothing magically changed. The rain kept falling. My legs were still stiff. But something softened. I stopped trying to arrive somewhere else. And for a moment, being here was enough. Maybe that's what Zen really is. Not escaping life, not fixing yourself, but learning how to stay. Before we close, let's take one quiet moment together. If you are comfortable, take a slow breath in and let it out gently. Notice whatever is here without fixing it. That's enough. This practice didn't make me instantly calm, but it made me more honest. And sometimes that's where peace begins. Thank you for sitting with me today. If you are in a season of discomfort, in work, in life, or in yourself, I hope this reminds you you don't need to fix it all at once. Sometimes present is just the practice. Until next time, be humble, be curious, and let life meet you where you are.